Slice of Crimes is a fictionalized true crime podcast that delves into complex and sometimes difficult stories. Topics may include discussions and descriptions of violence, abuse, self-harm, sexual assault, suicide, and other sensitive subjects, as well as occasional strong language. Please listen with care and discretion. This podcast may not be suitable for all audiences, especially young listeners.
Slice of Crimes. Infinite thanks.
No Escape, Episode 5, The Interrogation of Uncle Clyde and Jenkins Smith. Welcome back to Slice of Crimes. I'm Casey, your resident Slice sleuth. Today, we'll offer a glimpse into the life of the man at the center of it all, Clyde Smith, father of the victim, Jenner Smith, and, of course, his surviving twin, Jenkins. Clyde is a man who's seen his share of loss, but nothing could prepare him for the brutal murder of his son. What does Clyde know about his sons and their lives? And what role does Jenkins, the quieter twin, play in this tragedy? And let's not forget, Clyde brought Myers into this family. Is he full of regret or relieved to have more family around to care for? We're about to find out. Detective Sarah McAllister sits across from Clyde Smith in the dimly lit interrogation room. Clyde's hands tremble slightly as he grips the edges of the chair, his eyes red from nearly 3 days of crying. Behind the two-way glass, Detective Mike Ramirez watches closely, ready to step in if needed. Clyde's wealth and status are evident in his tailored suit and polished demeanor. But there's a fragility to him, a man who's lost too much and is on the verge of losing even more.
Mr. Smith, I know this is an incredibly difficult time for you. We appreciate you coming in. Let's start with the basics. Can you confirm a few details for us? Myers told us about his arrival here in Riverton. Is there anything you'd like to add? Any important details?
Myers. Yes, of course. He came to live with us about 6 months ago. My sister, she disappeared, and Myers had no one else. I couldn't just leave him there, alone. Family is everything to me. I'd already lost so much. Losing him too would have been unbearable.
Your sister's disappearance. I'm so very sorry, Mr. Smith. About your sister, Myers mentioned she had a troubled past. What do you think happened to her?
She was always a bit of a free spirit. But this, it's different. I think something happened to her. Something terrible. I thought this immediately. But when I got there, I didn't know if she was gone or if she just couldn't handle life anymore. But Myers needed a stable home, and I wanted to give him that. A little over a month ago, they found her remains. I have no details because the investigation is open. I don't know where or how she died. I still think something happened, but they won't tell me if it was an accident. I would like to think she was trying to get back to Myers. Myers just wrote her off, but she wouldn't leave him no matter what he says. Sadly, he won't talk about her. I wish we would. I hate that she's just erased from our lives completely.
When you say he won't talk about her, does that include not admitting she's dead? You just told me her remains were discovered a little over a month ago, yet Myers says she abandoned him and they never recovered her body. Is he unaware that they found her?
He knows, but since they gave no detail, he acts like it never happened. He just says, "She left me. She's gone. Never came back." His denial can be extraordinary. I have noticed he believes his truths, in everything, that is, and not always do his truths match reality. What does trauma do to one's brain? I think he might suffer from that, making her out as neglectful. Maybe it makes him feel the loss less, like he's not missing out on having a mom because she was not a good mom. But it's just not true. His reality. I find it quite skewed.
I wonder if you'd mind giving me some background on what Myers' life was like back in Manchester. His mother was unstable, he said. Was he neglected? Do you know, I hear what you're saying, good mom and all that, but was he uncared for because she was incompetent or perhaps incapable? I know this is hard. It's your sister, but you did have to help her a fair amount to make ends meet. Maybe she wasn't making it. Maybe his basic needs were not being met. Is it possible?
This is difficult for me, Detective. Myers may see it that way because my sister worked very hard to raise him. Single mom. Our mother was not a kind woman. As soon as she was pregnant with Myers, she was shown the door. She lived in a shelter when he was born, and for that first year. But she got on her feet, and I paid her rent as soon as I heard what her situation was. Have ever since. I'd have done more, but she was too proud and independent. No man was going to take care of her, you know? So, yes, I'm sure they were living a ways below the poverty level, because my sister was an artist, a potter, a painter, like I said, a free spirit. It didn't always pay the bills.
I was under the impression you did not have regular contact with her. Had you seen her or Myers before she disappeared?
No, I regretted it, the second I heard she disappeared. We spoke often, though. I know Myers was not easy on her. He hated being poor, and he resented her very much for that. I tried to persuade her to move here more than once. But anything I did close to that pushed her away, and I didn't want to lose the part of her I had.
How about substance abuse, mental illness?
Yes, Detective. I've been trying to sort that out. When I went to the police in Manchester to report her missing, I learned Myers had some minor offenses for drug possession. He tells me he had to try to make money for food and clothes. I haven't had any problems with him here.
I meant your sister. Meyer mentioned she was unreliable. He practically raised himself, is how he put it. That's why he waited a month to contact you after reporting her missing. He said she disappeared before, a lot, just not that long.
Oh, I don't know, Detective. My sister wasn't unreliable. Myers was all she had. Kids can be hard on their parents. They don't always understand how much of your heart and soul you invest in them. It can break your heart, that divide. You know, the whole thing's rough. Losing his mom, and now coming here, and his cousin is murdered. It's traumatic. I know. I am reeling from my losses. I just want to prop up my boys. Both of them. Jenkins and Myers. We need each other more now than ever.
I understand. Can you tell me, how have things been at home since Myers arrived? Before this tragedy, sir. How did Jenner and Jenkins react to having him there?
The boys were great. Jenner especially. He was always the more outgoing one, you know? He welcomed Myers with open arms. Jenkins is quieter, more introspective. But they got along fine. Myers brought something different to the house, a new energy. It was good for all of us, I think.
Mr. Smith, who do you think Jenner was closest to? His best friend, Blake? His girlfriend, Maya? Or his twin brother, Jenkins?
There's no tighter tie than between twins, especially identical twins. Before they spoke their first recognizable words to us, their mom and I spent hours trying to decipher the long conversations they would have with each other, in a language only the two of them understood. It was actually breathtaking to watch them. As they got older, they had a silent communication, an innate understanding of one another. So, without a doubt, from conception on, Jenner and Jenkins had an unbreakable bond.
Yes, I've heard of that. So Jenner's number one was Jenkins. And Blake and Maya, were their relationships at least stable, would you say? Or better or worse than usual lately?
Blake was his very best buddy for years. They were competitive, played the same sport, lacrosse, friendly rivalry, both excellent, elite players. They teased each other for fun, but nothing serious. They always had each other's backs, I'm sure. That's how boys that age are. I never saw them argue, or heard of a dispute. They understood one another 100%. Maya, what a sweet girl. She was an elite athlete like Jenner. Diving. He was so proud of her, he bragged about her to me all the time. She must be suffering greatly. I don't want to downplay any young love, but they were that. Both of them. Young. They were nearly inseparable, though. I mean, all the kids in that group were. That was very typical. All of them going out and doing an activity or just hanging out. Whatever kids do, you know. But Maya was always there too. They were planning to stay together when Jenner went to Duke. Jenner told me this. Maya was still going to be in high school. But that's not easy. I know. My wife, their mom and I, we were high school sweethearts. I think we were atypical, never breaking up despite distance. But hey, turns out we were soulmates. But I told Jenner to go for it. Just be realistic. And don't hurt each other. Love loss can be painful. I know this too well. They didn't know that yet. Though I guess Maya does now.
Although you said Jenner welcomed Myers with open arms, they didn't really know each other well. Do you think he trusted Myers? Do you think the boys kept secrets from him?
Secrets? Not that I know of specifically. Not recently. I mean, I have no way of knowing. But I'll tell you what. If the boys had a secret between them, it stayed between them. Not Maya, not Blake, not me. Unless they were scared or in danger. Then yes, they would come to me right away. The three of us, we always protected each other. Always. But a simple secret. No. So no way Myers would be in on anything.
How about Myers? Really no worries about him you can share?
I can't tell you any more than I have already. I feel a kinship with Myers because our losses are so parallel. I'm sure he's crushed, but he won't even talk about his mom, as I mentioned. I'm expecting he will avoid discussing Jenner too, if he follows his pattern, but it makes some sense. He hardly knows anyone. The kids were so good always including him, but they all had known each other for years.
You've endured a lot of loss, Mr. Smith. First your wife, your sister, now Jenner. How are you holding up?
Frankly, it's been unbearable. When my wife passed, it was the hardest thing I'd ever faced. I sold my business. Thankfully, I was in a good position to do so, and I focused on raising the boys. I wanted them to grow up knowing the values their mother instilled in them, without any outside influences. That's why I never remarried, never brought another woman into their lives. It was just the three of us. And then Myers came, and I thought I could save him too. But now I've lost Jenner. I don't know how to go on.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Mr. Smith. This is a difficult question, but do you have any idea who might have done this to your son?
I don't know. Jenner was such a bright light, so full of life. I can't imagine anyone wanting to hurt him. But I guess people can surprise you, even the ones you think you know best.
Mr. Smith, thank you for your time. We'll need to speak with Jenkins now, but if you think of anything else, please let us know.
Mr. Smith's voice breaks, echoing his broken heart.
Detective, with everything I've been through, I thought this would break me, and it just might, if you don't find who did this. I'm not sure what my breaking point is, but I'd rather not find out. I'm very afraid of what that will look like.
Detective McAllister feels even more compelled to solve this case quickly after meeting Clyde Smith. Any peace she can offer this man, he greatly deserves. Detective McAllister takes note of Jenkins Smith's demeanor as he enters the interrogation room. Unlike his father, Jenkins is composed, almost eerily so. He's quiet, reserved, his eyes downcast as he takes a seat across from her. Is he nervous, afraid, guarded? It's hard for her to discern, but she knows Ramirez is hyper-focused. Behind the glass, Detective Ramirez shifts his stance, watching Jenkins closely. And they both understand this interview is critical. Jenkins has been the silent twin, the one in the background. Will this interview provide the clarity McAllister seeks, or further distort the information surrounding Jenner's brutal murder? Time to find out.
Jenkins, thank you for coming in. I know this is a difficult time for you, but we need to ask you some questions about what happened. Before we get started, can I ask, did you bring in the clothes you wore to the escape room?
I left them with the guy, your partner, I think, Mike. I didn't bring my black school chest jacket, though, because I gave it to Maya to wear in the escape room place because she seemed a little cold. She was shivering, I guess. Then, when we got out, waiting for the others, she gave it back to me. Then, when everyone went to find Jenner, I somehow lost it in the frenzy. Everything was such a blur. I was in shock. I still can barely think straight. But I lost that jacket, and I want you to know that, so you don't think I'm hiding something. Because I'm not. But I brought everything else here, and my outfit is stained with blood because I hugged Jenner as soon as I saw him. Me and Maya both did. Everyone else just slipped and slid around in the blood, but we loved him. We didn't want him to be alone.
McAllister pauses before responding. She was not expecting such a spontaneous outpouring of random information. She's pleased to see Jenkins opening up so quickly, but she needs to help him focus if she has any chance of gaining clarity. He could very well distort the case further if she isn't strategic in this interview. She's also noting that already his information doesn't sync with some of the stories she's heard. She takes a breath, choosing her words carefully.
Jenkins, I appreciate you sharing all of this with me. It's clear that you have a lot on your mind, and that's understandable, but let's take it one step at a time, okay? We need to make sure we're getting everything in the right order. I want to help you sort it all out so we can get to the bottom of this and find out who murdered your brother. I assure you it's my top priority to clear this case quickly, to answer the questions haunting your family, to bring justice for Jenner. We're in this together, Jenkins. I need your help to make sure we're getting the full picture. So let's go through it slowly, step by step, and figure out exactly what happened that day.
Jenkins nods slightly. His eyes still downcast, but there's a flicker of something in his expression. Relief, maybe? Or the realization that he might have said too much too soon. Ramirez is keenly aware that Jenkins' energy and words don't correspond well. He's rambling, disorganized, but seemingly spouting out excuses for what he thinks he might be in trouble for. And covering for Maya, still, why? Why is she his priority? Or is he just trying to shift focus off himself? Ramirez has more than one theory floating around in his head, but no gut feeling quite yet.
First of all, Jenkins, you're right about what we came upon when we arrived. The scene of the murder was utter chaos. Every one of you has described it that way. But what I don't understand is why you are insisting to continue speaking for Maya. I've spoken to her. She's made her statement, and it doesn't match what you seem to want to convince me of. I'm trying to understand Jenkins. Is it that if you create Maya's story, you can control the narrative? I need you to talk to me about you. What you personally encountered leading up to and even after the discovery of your brother's body in room 3 of that escape room.
Look, Jenner and I share more than blood. We're twins. I know everybody wants to point to him and Maya as messed up, but she was almost as close to him as I was. And yes, shoulder to shoulder, Maya and I clung onto Jenner until you pulled us off. You should remember that.
Okay, I'll let that ride for now, but forensics will be processing the clothes, the body, everything. Physical evidence doesn't lie, people do. And when people do, detectives like us expose those lies. Before I get into the background questions, I have a couple questions regarding when y'all were checking into the escape room. It's been brought to my attention that someone had a punch card. 2 people say it was Maya's and Maya said it was Blake's. What do you remember?
I think it was Myers' card. Not Blake or Maya's. Myers touched her purse and I called him out on it. But Maya said it was fine. The whole thing was weird, but you're right, there was a punch card.
A punch card to me says someone was there before. Have you been to the escape room before, or how about Jenner?
Not me, not Jenner that I know of.
What did you think upon entering the escape room, this being your first time?
The clues were kind of obvious, you know? Then I opened a secret bookcase in the third room to sneak through a secret passage into, I guess, the fourth, or I think it skipped to the fifth room. That's why Jenner didn't see me, and I didn't see him.
A secret bookcase? It wasn't locked? You went through alone?
Yeah, it was unlocked, but I could lock it behind me, so I did. That's probably why I never saw anyone else inside.
Well, I will tell you this, you're not the only one who claims they entered a secret bookcase passage and locked it behind them. So again, stories aren't lining up.
Well, I'm not lying. Maybe there were 2 secret passages.
You think we didn't check? I say, maybe there were not 2 secret bookcases anywhere. Maybe there were 2 people in one. A great place to hide and wait for the last person to come in. Jenner was definitely surprised by someone. He was bigger and stronger than any of you. 2 people ambushing him would be better than 1. Makes sense to me.
Well, I wasn't one of them. You are making a lot of assumptions there. I loved my brother.
Looks like McAllister's strategy to gain Jenkins' trust and rely on him to reveal the truth isn't working. He is clearly lying, holding back, omitting facts, or all of the above, just like the rest of them. But when is a lie as good as the truth? When it can be misproven? She is wearing Jenkins down each time she challenges his version of the events. She's disappointed that in the first few minutes, she already knows she won't be able to clear him. For his father's sake, she's still hoping he didn't kill his twin. Clyde is damaged, broken, but if Jenkins is guilty, he will be destroyed. She decides to pepper her response with sarcasm, a subtle way to call him out for his deception without coming across as too aggressive.
Thanks for clearing that up for me, Jenkins. Let's move on. So, what about exiting? Do you know the order everyone came out?
No, I know I was before Maya because I was worried about her. She was so scared going in. Everyone practically forced her. So I watched and was super relieved when she came out.
Again with Maya? Is this an obsession?
That actually helps me out with the timeline. But I'm telling you, Jenkins, the vigilance over Maya is becoming too much for me to set aside. You're going to have to explain yourself. I'll let you think about that and circle back later. Tell me about Jenner as a brother.
Sometimes he could be overbearing. He liked to make fun of the twin thing, like, do we look identical? He didn't like that we were always lumped together, but I never really minded. I didn't care about being in the spotlight. I just wanted to do my own thing.
Jenner was tough on you, wasn't he? Did that ever bother you?
He was tough, yeah, but it wasn't anything I couldn't handle. He had his way of doing things, and I had mine. We were just different.
Did you ever feel like he overshadowed you? That you were living in his shadow?
Maybe, but I never let it get to me. I was proud of my accomplishments, even if they weren't as flashy as his. Getting into the Colorado School of Mines, that was a big deal for me. Jenner didn't really get it, but that's okay. I didn't need his approval.
Okay, Jenkins, here we go. I'm going to circle back to the hot topic. Maya, your focus on her has me more than curious. I'd say I'm concerned at this point. Nobody hinted at anything between you two, but I'm not convinced. A love triangle, perhaps? The time has come for you to spill it.
Maya, she is nice. But Jenner, he didn't treat her the way she deserved. He was always pushing her, trying to control her. I didn't think it was fair, but it wasn't my place to say anything. I was always trying to balance it out, though, in my own way. You know, looking out for her when I could.
I don't know. I've been told Jenner didn't like her talking to any other guys. Did that include you? Is this what it's all about? Either you betrayed Jenner or he thought you did.
I did not betray my brother. Maya and I weren't close. We didn't really talk much. Also, Jenner knew 100% I'm no threat to his relationship with Maya. No love triangle, detective. Find a different motive. You're wasting your time with that.
McAllister tried switching tactics there, forcing a confrontation with Jenkins. But he didn't back down. Either he's telling the truth or he's had a lot of practice lying.
I'm not letting this go. What do you think Detective Ramirez will think about what he finds on your phone? And Maya's? We'll be addressing that soon enough. In the meantime, if you want to be more forthright, I welcome it. Either way, it's not going away.
Detective McAllister decides to head in a different direction, hoping to catch Jenkins off guard.
And Blake? What was your relationship with him like?
Jenkins stands up, removes his flannel shirt, and hangs it on the back of his chair. Is he sweating because the small room has become unbearably stuffy, or because McAllister continues to turn up the heat with every question? Jenkins drinks nearly his whole water bottle before continuing to answer more questions.
Blake and we aren't close. He was Jenner's friend. I don't really know him that well.
When I spoke to Blake, he had more nice things to say about you than he did about Jenner. Why do you think that was the case?
I don't know. He shouldn't have anything to say about me. But if he did, it's probably because he is like everyone else. Tired of seeing Jenner boost himself up by putting someone down. It happened to Blake with the lacrosse, Syracuse, not having a girlfriend. It happened to Maya because he could do better than her. He'd literally tell her that. It happened to Myers because he didn't have many friends, which, this is a small town and he was new here. And it happened to me because I was his twin. And I could literally take on everything he maybe hated about himself. He could just dump it on me, and then he wouldn't own any of it anymore. I would. But if Blake said something nice about me, it was probably just a deflection of his own feelings about Jenner's put-downs. I never said to anyone that what Jenner said bothered me, because we're twins. Nothing could come between us, and no one got that because they saw us as so different. But twins, that's always going to be your number one person. He was mine. I was his.
Okay, Jenkins, what about Myers? Are you glad he came to live with you?
For my dad's sake, absolutely. Losing his sister was just too much heartbreak after my mom. Myers was like a project for him to be distracted by and to do right for his sister. I didn't know her, but they were very close. He called her for advice, for support. She was his person after mom died, for sure, but she wouldn't let him come visit, which I never understood. But to answer your question for myself, I could do without Myers. But he didn't really make a difference for me. Like, my life wasn't better or worse because of him. Jenner, I'll speak for him now. He did not like Myers. He did not trust Myers. He thought he dressed weird, was intentionally a loner, and was taking advantage of Dad, who wouldn't say no, ever, out of guilt for his sister disappearing. So there you have it. But did we pretend to like Myers for Dad's sake? Yes. Did Myers know that was fake? Yes. But I doubt he even cared.
Jenner did not trust Myers. Did you trust him, or I suppose I should ask, do you trust him now?
At first, yes. Why wouldn't I? But Jenner converted me.
That's a telling answer, meaning the two of you discuss this and have reason to distrust him. Can you explain this further? It seems important.
You are reading into this. Jenner didn't trust him because he didn't want Dad hurt. It's not complicated. Jenner gets a vibe that Jenkins wants a better life than he had, and he feels like he's going to take advantage of Dad, which would be easy in Dad's state. He just told me not to be so naive. People suck sometimes, you know?
Jenkins, I need to ask you something important. Did you know about Jenner finding out anything unusual or even a secret?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Jenkins, we're going to get to the bottom of this, but I need you to help me. Did Jenner say anything to you before you split up in the escape room? Anything at all?
Jenkins remains silent, his hands clenching in his lap. Detective McAllister watches him closely, sensing the turmoil beneath his calm exterior. He may be able to control his expression, but his eyes are signaling volatility, and Ramirez's radar is picking up the signal loud and clear.
So he did say something. Come on, Jenkins.
He just said, he said we'd talk later, but we never got the chance.
Jenkins, it's important that you're honest with me. This is about finding out what happened to your brother. If there's something you know, now's the time to tell me.
The silence stretches, thick and heavy, as if the air itself anticipates the emotional storm that's about to break loose. One Jenkins can't stop from crashing through the room. Detective McAllister decides the time has come to push him to the edge.
Yeah, you talk a big talk, Jenkins, about the three of you protecting one another emotionally, but here you are clamming up. Jenner can't protect you anymore, and your dad is on the brink. Come on, Jenkins, think about helping your dad out. I don't know if you're scared or protecting someone or worse. You could be protecting your dad from discovering that his son killed his other son. Whatever it is, I don't see you holding on to this much longer. I'm here and ready to talk as soon as you are. Why don't you head home and take care of your dad and think about what I just said?
As Jenkins is led out of the room, Detective McAllister exchanges a glance with Detective Ramirez. There's more to this story, and Jenkins is hiding something, but what? And how does it tie into everything else they've learned?
Okay, McAllister, let's prepare for the big showdown tomorrow. It is your specialty. I've got all my notes from the last 3 days. Every likely lie or withholding of information is marked for every interview. I read those kids like a book. You know it. Preliminary forensics will be in today or tomorrow. We're going to have those kids' heads spinning when they see how they turned on each other during their interviews. I predict all those mismatched stories will start lining right up.
Sure thing, Mike, but I'm hoping some of them will do the right thing and come clean to me this afternoon about what they are hiding. There's more than one secret here, and those secrets need to be exposed. I didn't push anyone too hard yet. Jenkins might not agree. But they all have a big surprise coming, that's for sure. I'll be calling each of them to remind them about the meeting here at noon tomorrow.
Some consciences can't bear the weight of guilt for too long, you know. That's it for episode 5. Wow, that was a juicy one, right? Who done it? I'm still wondering. Any ideas? Join me next time. All 4 kids will be facing the lies. Their own. And each other's. Does McAllister have some truth serum? Seems like she might need it. Until I roll out episode 6, stay cool, especially if you're hot on the trail, and remember, nothing is ever exactly as it seems. How do you feel after an episode of Slice of Crimes? One step closer to the truth? If you haven't cracked the case yet, no worries, you're not alone. But before you go, remember, the mystery doesn't end here. Enjoyed this episode? Show some love. Share Slice of Crimes with your friends, family, or even that neighbor who's a little too interested in true crime. Oh wait, that's probably you. Your 5-star ratings and killer reviews help keep these investigations coming. And I couldn't do it without you. Got your own theories, burning questions, or maybe a case you think I should tackle next? I'm all ears. Send your ideas and suggestions my way. The more you engage, the sharper my sleuthing gets. So until next time, fellow sleuths, keep your wits about you. Stay curious. Stay sharp. You never know what the next slice of crime will serve up. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. Infinite thanks for listening today and for tuning in next week.